Yeah, let's go. Shout out to Mountain and Fitch, I got Iggy and Woods doing right for the culture. If you just here for the views and the likes and just put on the mic, you a vulture. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch did it. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch did it.
This is your boy Iggy.
It's your boy Woods.
You are now tuned in to another episode of Hip Hop Who's Podcast. We got to shout and thank everybody who's been supporting us. We're at like 4,300 subscribers, man. On the road to 10K.
Let's
road
do it.
To 10K subscribers.
Yes,
2025 is gonna be lit. Turn us up. Keep supporting. Keep subscribing. Get on the website. Get on that newsletter. You're gonna see everything that's from us in the community or whatever we got going on, man. You know, we are for the community. Me and my brother Woods here. So check out the website. It's www.hhhoops.com. We got the merch on there.
Yep.
You know, you can see where we're at. If we're gonna do anything in the community, it's all love. So continue to keep subbing, running those subs. Follow us on Instagram. Roll to 18K, man. Turn us up to 18K.
Let's go, man.
Get
Come
us to
on.
18K. This
Tell
year,
a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah,
You know
tell
what I
a
mean?
friend to tell a friend.
Hit that button.
Yo, we're on the road to 50K, man. That's the goal this year. Road to 50K. 2025. We're getting 50K. We're gonna get 50K followers on Instagram, and we're gonna run up that 10K subs on YouTube.
Right.
And then we're
Real
gonna get
shit.
like 100,000 on TikTok. They said it was banned, but it's
Yeah,
back.
but it's back.
That was the quickest ban, and then
Oh, my goodness,
reverse
man.
that thing into history.
You already
So,
know.
You know.
I guess shout out Trump.
Yeah, shout out Trump, man. You know, I know a lot of people make a lot of money off there.
Yeah.
So, you know, that'd be terrible for that, you know, take the money that they have to support their families and whatnot. So
Right.
hey man, it is what it is. You gotta get it how you get it. Shout out Title League, distant cousins, you know.
You already know.
Yes, sir.
All day, every day.
Run your race, man. Holla at us, man. You guys are ducking smoke, man. Don't duck no smoke.
I mean,
All right, you got a couple of questionable takes over there. We want to clarify.
I want to clarify it.
Get at us,
ASAP.
man.
ASAP, man.
It's all love, though.
And
It's all
shout,
love.
and shout out the Mud, man. They had KD on that shit, man.
Yes, the legendary. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check out that pod, that interview. You know, Out the Mud, Zach Randolph, TA, Tony Allen. They had it Out the Mud with Kevin Durant. Crazy.
Solid.
Kevin Durant, you said some shit I ain't like though. You said that the world was not catching up. I didn't like that one. But we'll get to that soon. Let's start off. I gotta start off with local basketball.
Yeah.
You know, you had an event or you were somewhere yesterday where the Raptors came into the
Yeah,
community,
man.
showed some love.
Yeah,
Talk
shout
to us about it.
out Grady Dick, shout out Kelly Olynyk and the whole Raptors team. I don't know what the event was called at Oakdale Community Center, but I have a feeling it was, you know, a collaboration with the city of Toronto and the Raptors. You know what I mean? So it was dope to see a lot of my my junior boys basketball team and youth from the Jane and Finch community, you know, south side of the community,
Gotcha.
in the building.
Yes, sir.
Grady Dick showing love, you know what I mean, to my guys and my youth. Yeah, it was and Kelly Olynyk doing the same.
Yes.
And a few content creators are in the building as well. It was all love, man. It was all love. I was ready to blast Grady Dick for his performance against the Bucks. Not his in particular. I was just saying as a collective. You know what I mean? But I kind of knew the game was out of reach when Davion Mitchell, first play of the game, got a charge. But they didn't call the charge. They called the block on Giannis for Giannis to put him at the line. Like, I was like, come on, man. That was a clear charge. But anyhow, I ain't going to cry over spilled milk, but I'm crying a bit. You know what I mean? We should have been 3-0 right now. But anyway.
3-0 and where?
In a little winning streak, man.
Oh,
You know, we were on a little 2-game winning streak. Well, yeah. But shout out the Raptors. Shout out Grady Dick, Kelly Olynyk, you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out Kelly Olynyk,
it
the
was-
Canadian.
you know what I
Coming into
mean?
the community.
And he represents the East End. Like, he's a Scarborough man. So, you know,
He's
coming
not a
to
Scarborough guy. but
coming to Jane and Finch was, you know,
He's
that
out west.
was a big move.
He's from out west, but it is what it is. Anyways, local stuff. I got to shout out Tisseltown Collegiate boys, juniors and seniors. I got to shout out the Scots, man. They had a game against NACI, North Albion Collegiate. I got to shout out NACI. Their senior team, they got some dogs over there.
Okay.
They got some height.
Mm-hmm.
They play aggressive. You know, they're just missing a point guard.
Okay.
That'll be the key.
Right.
Once they get a point guard, they'll be straight. But that team, man, they are good. They are
Shout
good.
out Naki.
Yes, and I got to shout out the junior boys. I got to shout out Aiden. I got to shout out Chris. I got to shout out Angel, Nathan. I got to shout out Nathan, man. I've been really rough on him in practice, getting at him, and he's had a breakout game, I think, and he's gonna take off from here. His confidence is growing.
Okay.
You know, he's playing with. He's only grade 9, playing with Mr. S one-on-one. I'm rough on him in practice.
You gotta
I call
be.
him every name in the book. You know, I call him trash every day. But listen, he comes out. You know, he runs his 10s and 60s. He cries about getting water too much for me. But anyways,
Yeah.
you know, shout out Nathan, breakout game. Shout out John Luca. I got to shout out Shivam, Steven, and I got to shout out Little Jaw. Little Jaw, listen, man, he's been playing his heart out.
Yeah.
He's defending. He's out there just all over. Loose balls, diving on the floor, grabbing rebounds. So I got to shout out my junior boys. I believe he won by 20. I'm not sure the score, but they did what they had to do. We're in the playoffs. Next game against Humberside. And I got to shout out senior boys, too. I got to shout out Tay, Sean, they had 22. You know, Jamari, I believe, had like 15. We got Mark. Iffy had a few monster dunks in the game. Gabriel with the crazy passes. He's the floor general of the team. And Abdul, crazy full court defense. I mean, this game was so. I'm so impressed with these guys because, especially the senior boys, because they were down by 20.
They were down 20.
It was more than 20. I mean, it wasn't 20 exactly, but the score in the first quarter was 20-4.
Ooh.
20-4.
Y'all gave up 20 points?
Man, the quarter wasn't over yet.
And it wasn't over yet?
It wasn't over yet. It was 20-4.
Damn.
And you know, Donnie, shout out to my my OG Donnie. That's my man. Like, I love Donnie. And you know, we couldn't get these guys motivated, and they seemed a little bit intimidated by Naki's size.
Right.
And I'm talking, Donnie took a timeout. I was on the side watching as a spectator. I went over there and I just lit a fire under their ass. Pause. And I
Control, Alt,
was
Delete,
just
man.
Control Alt Delete. I was just yelling, barking like, you guys are this and you guys are that. How dare you guys let these guys come in here and punk you guys? And
So they came to your gym.
yeah, we were
Ooh.
at TCI and they respond. And it felt like a home game for Naki because Naki had a whole huge crowd on the side.
Nice.
Like they came deep. They
Nice.
came about 50 deep. And honestly, man, it was a great environment. After that, we put the full court press on and we went on like a 30-5 run.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The turnaround before the half was done, my boy Tayshawn hit a big. This three was like damn near from half court. He pulled up. I think the score was like 15-20 at that point.
Nice.
And we took off from there. We seen a weakness of Naki, and you know they didn't have a point guard.
Yeah.
And literally they didn't want to dribble. And we have our three-headed monster as far as the guards.
Yeah.
When we put that diamond press, that 1-2-1, that 1-3-1 press, it's over. Between Jamari and Tay, man, they had that boy is still having nightmares of dribbling the basketball against them too, because he was picking the ball up. He didn't want to dribble. He was getting the ball, passing it quick. He didn't want it.
He didn't want nothing to do with it.
We caused mad turnovers and we took over the game. Super proud of my boys, man. It was do or die for them. If they didn't win, the season was over.
Right.
So now they get to join the junior boys, the Humberside, in a few weeks in early February. So yeah, man, I gotta shout out my boys, man. TCI. The Scots, they did their thing.
Nice. Yeah, man. You sound like you're feeling this right here, man.
Yeah. You know, I'm not too much of a coach, really.
Right.
You know, I love to train. Like, that's my thing with them. You know, Mr. S is always the guy who coaches. Shout out Mr. S. He's the coach. Donnie's the coach. I'm kind of like the disciplinary guy, comes in, you know, make sure that they get their conditioning in, their skill set training in, their weight training in.
Nice.
You know, that's my part where I come in. And I hold these guys to a high standard.
Facts.
Seriously, when they come in, like we're not half-assing. You're gonna come in here and you're gonna do what you gotta do, or
Right.
you ain't gonna be with it,
Right.
and you're not gonna like me too much anyway. So, so it is what it is. But shout out TCI Scots, man. Tisseltown Collegiate, let's get it, man. I want to talk about some stuff here. I first want to go to Latasha Lattimore.
Yes.
Hollywood Tosh.
Yeah.
I gotta talk about her performance lately, and she's been doing her thing. She had a rough road, you know, with injuries. You know, going to Texas. You know, we were looking forward to, you know, to do great things over there. You know, it was riddled by injury.
Yep.
You know, she then transfers to Miami. We're like, okay, fresh start. You know, things are gonna work out for her. She goes to Miami, injury. Doesn't play her best, and now she transfers over to Virginia, and now she's looking like the person that we thought and knew
That
she
we
could
knew
be.
exactly.
Right? And I got to give her credit, man. She's out there balling. She's averaging right now 13 and 9, almost 10 rebounds.
I read somewhere that she's getting the attention of some scouts, man.
Yes.
That was
yes.
very, very promising to see.
No, man. She's doing well, man. She's doing absolutely well. She's averaging 13, 9. She's averaging, 1 assist. She's shooting 49% from the field. Her breakout game, they just played they played NC State where she had 21 and 9.
Right.
Right? I want to get to the career high she had. It was versus Virginia Tech. So against Virginia Tech, Latasha had 24 and 15, 3 assists with 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Yo, that's league stuff right there. Like, that is league. To be able to have 3 blocks, she's defending too.
She's doing her thing, man.
So I got to give Latasha Lattimore her credit, man. Listen, this is the version that I've been waiting to see. Yeah, man, she's doing her thing right now. She had 21 last night, or she had 21 today. Sorry, 21 and 9. She had 24 and 15, 14 and 7, 12 and 11, 13 and 7,
Let's go,
18
man.
and 10,
Consistency,
18
man.
and 15, 23 and 9, 10 and 5 against Auburn, 19 and 9 against 19 and 10 against Washington State. She had a 28 and she had it was 8 and 13, 13 and 13, 12 and 12. These are the numbers.
Real shit, man.
These are the numbers. 15 and 8.
Come
These are
on,
the
man.
numbers, guys.
Come on.
We got to give her a credit.
Come on,
we don't
man.
talk about her enough, and we got to talk about Latasha Lattimore. She's doing her thing. Shout out. That's my homie, man. I'm so happy for her.
I always told Latasha, man, like, her basketball skill is so elite.
Yes.
And when you sprinkle that with that Jana Finch heart, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean? One of Jana Finch's finest right there. Putting everybody back on notice if you forgot. If you forgot, I'm just saying.
If you forgot.
You feel me?
Shout out Latasha Lattimore.
You already know,
I was cooking, then you have to come with this Jana Finch.
Come
stuff,
on
man.
now.
Anyways,
Come on.
Anyways.
You're cooking, though.
Listen, let's. I want to switch over to okay. So Chandler Parsons was on a podcast or a TV show, whatever it was. Chandler Parsons. This guy. So if you don't know who Chandler Parsons is, he went to University of Florida. I believe he was like a 2nd round pick. I'm not sure, but he played for Houston and Memphis. He's known for robbing the Memphis Grizzlies for millions of dollars. Like, just signed a big contract and never got.
He was serviceable, though, man.
Give me something that he did that was serviceable. Anybody who can give me something serviceable that Chandler Parsons did in the league, like, we'll give you some free merch. Talk to us.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. But again, he's known for robbing the NBA for millions of dollars, and this is what I mean about when NBA guys can have their take. But because they're NBA guys, we can't question them. We can't say, "Oh, well, you're there in the NBA, so what do you know?"
Right.
So he made a take where he said that he didn't believe Kobe was top 3. Cool. You don't think Kobe Bryant is top 3? That's fine.
That's crazy.
You know, he didn't think Kobe Bryant was top 3. That's cool.
Right.
Then he went on as far as to say that, you know, he would take Kevin Durant over Kobe Bryant all time.
All time.
What is your thoughts on that?
I mean, KD, he's a sniper. He's 7 foot wing. He's done stuff that we've never seen before at that size. Control out the lead. You know what I'm saying? But I have to disagree, man. You know what I mean? When Shaq left Kobe, right after they got the 3 rings,
Right.
everybody thought Kobe was dead. Kobe got 2 more rings after that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When KD left Steph, we still waiting for rings. And no shade at all. I'm just saying.
You're cooking right now.
That's just what it is. So he can never. I can't say never, but I gotta say never. Kobe will forever have that number 2 or 3 spot of all time.
And to add to your point, like you said, like it's not like Kevin Durant's been on some horrible teams
Right.
since he's left Golden State.
Right.
Like Brooklyn wasn't horrible
That was a
team.
solid. If his toe never touched that line,
They won a
he'll
chip.
probably win that chip.
Yes, they beat Milwaukee, and they would beat Phoenix in the finals, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're at Phoenix now, where you got Devin Booker,
Bradley Beal.
you got Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got a good team again, and you're like 11th.
Yeah, they're very, very disappointing. One of the most disappointing teams in the West right now.
Probably so.
Yeah.
So when you look at the Kobe Bryant and some of those Laker teams, bro, you got Paul Gasol as his Robin.
Right.
That guy made Paul Gasol look so good.
Come on now.
Like let's keep it a buck. Like if you look at those Lakers teams with Kobe Bryant when he was winning chips without Shaq,
Right.
that's like a major difference between the
Lamar
Shaquille
Odom.
O'Neal
Yeah.
Laker teams compared to the Kobe Bryant without. Like, come on, man. So I think it's a bunch of nonsense, and I hate it because when we're gonna drop this post,
Yeah.
and people are gonna say, "Well, he's in the NBA, so what do you guys know?" I'm gonna
Right.
believe him,
Right.
bro. Was he really in the NBA?
No, he was.
Tell me something
he
that you
was.
guys remember of Chandler Parsons.
But to Lou Will's credit, Lou Will would think it was more generational. He's a little bit old. Like Lou was a little bit older than Parson there,
Tell you that, young.
right? Because Parson even before he even mentioned KD, he mentioned Shaq. So I
He
was
said
like,
Shaq is
he
in
said-
the top 3.
yeah. So I was like, how you gonna diss Kobe like that?
But if Shaq's in your top 3, that means he's not that young.
Right, and that's
So,
true too.
I don't believe it's
But
a generational thing.
but Lou Will had to check him real quick.
You have to. Come on, we're talking about all time. I don't even
Right?
think at this point Kevin Durant is not even a top 10 player. All time. He's not a top 10 player of all time. So how in the world can you say that you're gonna take if we're saying just skill over and just forget about the career, game over game? If I'm doing that, then there's not many people that I'm taking over Kobe Bryant. Game.
Right.
Forget about accolades. Just your pure skill set, your game.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many people that I'm taking over Kobe Bryant. Because, bro, if we're saying this is the closest thing to Jordan, then
Right.
what are we talking about?
What are
here?
we talking about? Real talk.
If we're saying Jordan's the GOAT,
Right.
and his skill set, I believe Kobe was a better ball handler than Jordan.
Right.
I believe he was a better three-point shooter than Jordan. I believe he was a better getting off the dribble and creating for himself than Jordan.
I don't know about that part.
I believe so.
But yeah.
So if we're gonna say that, like, man, we got to be consistent, man.
Yeah.
And you know, people will say, well, they're gonna get at us, and they're gonna say, well, I'm gonna go with Chandler Parsons
Mm-hmm.
because he's in the league.
That's
But
cool.
because you're in the league, I've heard some horrible takes since I've been watching the NBA.
Yeah.
I've heard Steven Jackson say he was better than Vince Carter. I heard him say that he was better than Ray Allen.
Mm-hmm.
My nigga, what are we talking about here? And we can't question him because what he's gonna say? Well, I won a championship. You played at the YMCA.
Right.
That's what he gonna say. That's
Yeah.
that's his argument for a dumbass take.
Right.
Anyways, I need to know from the people, what is your thoughts on Chandler Parsons? Are you taking, when he said, he's going to take Kevin Durant over Kobe Bryant? Talk to us in the comments. Do you guys agree or you guys disagree with Chandler Parsons' take? Kobe Bryant, he said he's taking Kevin Durant over Kobe Bryant. Talk to us in the comments. Let's get it. Yeah, let's talk about, we got to go local again. Let's talk about Afosa.
Yes.
Afosa commits to Butler.
To Butler, man.
Yes. What is your thoughts on that?
I
Before
know,
you go, anybody who doesn't know Butler, it's Division I. They're in the Big East.
Yep.
You know, the Big East is not the same Big East as it used to be where Syracuse was there, but they still got Villanova, still got Georgetown,
Mhm.
still got St. John's. Who else is in there? Butler wasn't always in the Big. They still got DePaul. So it's in the Big East, which is a
Right.
major conference.
Mhm.
One thing I will say about Big East basketball, it's called the Big East. It's aggressive basketball,
Yeah.
and you gotta be able to shoot. You gotta be able to shoot, especially as a guard or wing.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to shoot in
Yeah.
that conference,
Yeah.
or it's gonna be tough for you. So, what is your thoughts of him committing to Butler?
I know there a lot of research went behind that selection, and I'm proud of him. And I know he knows the coaching staff very well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it feels like a match made in heaven, but only time will tell.
Right, right.
But he's gonna be ready.
Mm.
Talking to a few people that rock with him closely.
Yes.
He's gonna be ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Just consistency. That's all. I just keep working on that jumper. He's built for the Big East.
You
feel me?
His body, pause.
Control alt delete.
Yeah, body. He got a Big East body.
He's built for the Big East.
Yes, sir.
So it's just
Athleticism, Big East. Athleticism is league.
Yeah.
Body, league.
You know what I mean?
Big East. It's just, is he gonna be able to shoot the ball consistently
Right.
at the college level
Right.
and to show scouts?
That
Can he shoot the basketball
Right.
consistently?
That's the only question. On a consistent clip.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Did he have it? I think he has it.
Yeah.
Personally. You know what I mean? Just go show it.
I don't know if he has it. Will he get it? I believe he will get it.
He's a workhorse
So I
too,
believe
man.
he will be ready for this. I'm happy. Right now they're not as great. I believe they're like 1-9. I want to say. So he can go in there right away.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to learn, is to just jump in the fire and learn by example. I believe with this basketball is hands on. I think for you to learn from mistakes or whatever, you got to be on the court.
Right.
And one thing I know for sure, he's gonna get on the floor.
Facts.
He's gonna play, and time will tell. Do I think he'll get all of the necessary tools he'll get? I do. I'm happy with this commitment. And we got to congratulate him. We got to congratulate Ofosa, for his commitment to Butler. That's big time. We're excited. We're excited to see you play at the next level, and we're all rooting for you, man. We're all rooting for you to do well. We believe you will do well, and big things are on the way for Ofosa, man. Shout out to him.
And you don't know, man. After he already committed, so he already had the game after he committed and did his damn thing. They slapped the team. So you already know, January 29th, Thon and Pop.
January 29th, see you there.
See you there, big guy.
See you there, William Academy versus Royal Crown. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Anyways, okay, so I want to talk about the G League.
Yeah.
So the G League, right? This is a very interesting thing. So I want to read something out. So the G League in 2024-2025. This year, 18 of the 31st round picks spent some time in the G League. 11 spent less than half season in the NBA, with a few outliers this year.
Yeah.
Outlier years. This is becoming more established trend. 15 years ago, the 2008 draft class only sent 5 players to the D League,
Right.
and none of those were lotteries. So reading this and seeing how it's like, what is your thoughts on this? What is your thoughts? Mind you, 18 of the 30 first round picks
this year
have been sent to the G League.
Right.
11 spent half the season in the NBA.
Right.
With a few outliers. So man, what is your thoughts?
It sucks, but you're really playing for, the 11th to 13th spot on an NBA roster, and some of these kids, like the Rob Gillinghams, for example, they're killers, and I think they're ready. I feel like they're ready. You know what I mean? But the rotations in regards to trades and stuff that happen in the NBA year, and you gotta kind of deal with that. It sucks, man. So these kids gotta get their rep. They gotta get their reps in. They gotta keep their confidence high. So they gotta go to the G League. You feel me? But yeah, it says a lot. Some of these young boys they should have stayed maybe. You know what I mean? To get that rep in. But it's all about rep and confidence at the end of the day. And right now, the NBA is showing you guys like, the 18 out of 30?
Yes, sir.
Come on, bro. Basically saying y'all ain't ready to go right from school to the pros.
To me, it seems like you said, I'll piggyback off what you're saying. A lot of these guys are leaving early. They're leaving early.
Should have stayed a bit.
And like you got Amari Bailey. He was one guy. He was a McDonald's All-American. He played with Bronny.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to say like top 10 in the nation. Bronny was a junior at the time. Lefty, about 6'5".
Right.
Super athletic. Couldn't shoot the ball that well, but could play from like 1 to 2, maybe like 1 to 3 positions. and he left UCLA after 1 year. Maybe averaged like 9 a game at UCLA
Mm-hmm.
and left. 9 or 11, one of the two. I can't remember exactly. But again, it wasn't anything that was like, wow.
Right.
It wasn't like he wasn't doing like Cooper Flag
Right.
or Dylan Harper. It wasn't doing
Right.
that. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is a must-see TV.
He ready. He ready.
And he
Yeah.
left, and now he's floating around. I believe he got drafted by Charlotte or Brooklyn, one of the two.
Yeah.
And now he's in the G League. And guys, one thing guys don't understand is when you get to that G League, you have guys who are 35
Right.
trying to get back into the league.
Exactly.
You have guys like
man.
25, 30.
Mhm. And that was one of the reasons why I felt like maybe that's why Bron didn't want to send his son, like for him to go to away games in the G League.
You gotta do. You gotta go through the fire.
You know what I mean? But I think he kind of knew. You got some dogs in there, man.
No, you do.
35 from basically 22 to 35.
You got grown
Trying to-
ass man in
trying
there
to get- trying to get back
trying to get back.
or trying to earn a spot.
Yeah, I forget the kid's name there. I remember he I guess he was trying to get a pension. And he had to play a certain amount of time in the NBA.
I can see his face.
Snell?
Snell?
Tony Snell.
Tony Snell, yeah.
That boy 30 something plus years old.
Yeah.
He played a decade probably, I want to say, in the league.
Yeah, Chicago, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, he probably can go to Europe and get some bread.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, forget that, or go to China
You
somewhere.
need that NBA pension,
You
man.
want to get the NBA. So it's like, why would I, if I'm picking somebody, would I pick him, somebody that I trust who's been through the NBA,
Yeah.
you know, or the system, or pick someone else who hasn't been through that system?
Right.
It's like, how do you determine? Everybody's averaging good numbers in the G League.
Right.
You know, everybody's getting 20 in the G League.
Right.
So how do you decide? How does a team decide? Well, I want to call him up.
Right.
You know, we just had Eugene Omarui.
Yeah.
He got the 10-day call up.
He
was
did.
killing for 905. Shout out to Eugene.
Yes.
You know, he got the call up, the 10-day. I don't know. I'm not sure if did he get a second day, a second 10-day, or did he go back to the G League?
Not too sure.
Yeah. So it's like, how do teams determine who to call up, who to leave? It's like, and this is why it's like I prefer when guys would go to Europe
Right.
and get the bread.
Yeah.
And, you know, take care of their families, because the G League is like, you can get lost in that G League.
And how much do they get paid in the G League?
Not much.
No.
Not much.
It ain't overseas money.
It's not overseas money.
Oh shit.
You know?
I mean, yeah, man. It's their call. It's their love for the game to get to the NBA.
No,
know what I mean?
when you're there,
When
when
you're right
you're in
there,
the G League,
fams.
you're right there. Like
You're right
you
there.
feel like you're right there. All the eyes are on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sometimes guys get lost.
But it's the business, bro.
Yeah, you
It's
just
the
get
business.
lost. And then once
Behind
you
the
get there,
scenes.
teams wave you.
Yup.
The team that keeps sending you there gets waved. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, the G League is good. Like you said, it helps players get reps. We're seeing Bronny James now look a little different than what he
Yeah.
looked like when he
Yeah.
first came in the league. He's more confident, he's shooting the
Mhm.
ball, he's more aggressive. Like he's getting the necessary reps that he needed that he wouldn't necessarily get if he was playing
Facts.
in the big boy league.
Mm-hmm.
But does that transition over to the league?
Right.
Will it what he's doing in the G League, will it work in the league?
Right.
I don't know. So listen, it's really telling, man. It's really showing that a lot of guys are just leaving too early.
Facts.
And to me, you shouldn't have to leave early anymore like that. It's because you're getting the bag anyways in
Yeah.
college now.
Real talk.
Those NIL deals are crazy.
It's
Those
looking
guys are
lovely.
getting millions.
Right. Right.
They're
And guys are
getting
staying.
millions.
Guys are staying.
Well, the girls are like, F that, I don't need to go to the WNBA.
Right.
Because you guys ain't paying bread like that anyways.
Right.
So I'm going to get here, stay
Mhm.
here, get 6 figures, get these checks, get these endorsement brands. This
Yeah.
is how it should have been from day one. Now
Mhm.
it's like that. So the girls, and this is why the girls' game in college, to me, it has just been much, much better product over the last couple of years
Right.
than the boys in NCAA.
Right.
I feel like I watch the girls more. So again, guys, man, we gotta. If you're not Cooper, man, if you're not
Right.
Ace Bailey,
Right.
Dylan Harper,
Right.
AJ DeBance, if you're not that type of caliber player, man,
Right.
just chill.
Just
make,
chill.
Make your
Real
bread
talk.
in college
You're gonna-
off them NIL deals.
You're gonna have to make your business decision a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because once you go to that league and they see that they draft you off potential, and then they see that you don't develop
Right.
the way they think you're going to develop, and then they send you down to that G League.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get lost in that G League because now you're playing against a man who has a whole family
Yeah.
and he's 37. He's like, I don't give a damn who you are.
I'm going through.
You ain't beating you're not taking my spot.
Right.
I got to get there.
Right.
And then you get lost, confidence gone. Now you're just lost in the sauce. You're lost
Right.
in the G League and you never come out.
Facts. All right, real talk, man. Real talk.
So that's a good conversation, man. I appreciate Sophia for sending that, man.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, man. 18 out of the 30 picks spent some time in the G League, man.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
this year. That is insane.
And yo, we just mentioned him, man. You know, AJ DeBanza, he'll be ready for the league. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
he gonna be
I know Utah Prep and Mount Vernon playing today.
ready. Yeah.
know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean?
We got to catch that one.
Gotta-
We got to catch
you know
that
what I
one.
mean? Real
Yes,
talk,
sir.
man. Shout out Ace. Shout out AJ.
Oh man,
know what
that's
I mean?
gonna be a game right
That's
there.
gonna be a game right there,
oh yeah.
man.
Honestly, man, AJ does.
Shout
some
out the
things.
young boy Javion Tyndale. I don't know if he's playing that game, obviously not, but you know what I mean?
I
Doing
would
his
love
thing
to,
out there.
I would love to see him play as well.
I mean,
he's doing his thing over there.
He got a fully loaded clip. He don't
Yeah.
miss.
No, facts. But
He don't miss.
some of the stuff that AJ does on the court is just like, how is he doing this at 6'9"?
It's getting crazy.
It's getting crazy.
It's getting crazier.
You know, him and Darren Peterson
Oh, he's looking so
are
clean
some
with
of the
it.
most polished players I've seen
coming out of high school.
in quite some time.
Yeah.
Like those guys are high school players that are really NBA guys.
Right.
Just bottom line.
Right.
So
just waiting on the time.
I can't wait to watch Kansas next year, and I can't wait to watch
BYU.
BYU.
Definitely.
That's gonna be amazing.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
anyways, we're gonna get into some hip hop. So last week we talked about Jello, man,
Right.
and I don't know if this is true or not. That he got signed.
Right.
8 million. I heard the number's 8 million. I heard one time it was 13 million.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. I do know he performed last night at the Detroit Lions game.
Crazy.
versus
He
Washington.
played for Detroit Pistons a couple years back.
Did he?
Yeah, so now he's performing in Detroit, full circle moment.
I didn't know who the hell he played for.
Right?
We asked this question before, and we asked the question to the people: Should Jello pursue a music career and let his basketball career go? We're gonna ask you again. What is your thoughts, first of all? Like, first of all, I gotta give LeVar Ball, father of, I don't know, the decade, 21st century, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, for him to get his son $82 million,
Yep.
Lonzo in the league, first round, like number 2 pick or number 3 pick, whatever it was. Now you have Melo come in.
And it was
That
kind
boy
of dope. It was
is
kind
like
of
the
dope seeing
two-
Lonzo and LaMelo
Yes.
playing each other the other
They
night.
played against each other. That was amazing. And Jello was on the side, sitting
Right.
court side,
Right.
while his music was blasting.
That was dope.
That was dope. So to have those boys, you got Lonzo, $80 million deal. You got Jello, $200+ million deal, like 206 or something like that, $1 million deal, maxed out.
Mhm.
Now you got Jello, this
You know,
boy signed an $8 million, $13 million
So you have
contract.
LaMelo, Lonzo, now Jello.
That is
Crazy.
insane.
Shout out LeVar,
We
man.
gotta give LeVar,
Father of the
man.
year,
We all
man.
looked at him like a goof, but
He was just very confident
he
in
got
his
his
kids,
son
man.
paid. And now
Know
you're
what I
talking
mean?
about Jello's son.
Yeah.
He like Jello's son gonna be the next. He gonna be the biggest one out of anybody. I was like, damn, yo, this
He
guy's
ain't playing,
crazy.
man.
He ain't playing. But what is your thoughts on Jello? If this is true, signing an $8 million deal, and what's your thoughts? How did you like the performance yesterday? Did you see any of
I
it?
seen the performance, man. It was. You can tell that was his first performance. Like, you
Right,
know what
right,
I
right.
mean?
A little stiff.
Little control alt delete, but you know what I mean. It was a good performance. Too bad it couldn't translate to wins for the Lions. You know what I mean? They kind of shit the bed at home. Shout out Magic Johnson and those comrades in Washington
Yes.
coming over there and upsetting the place.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
all in all, he's with UMG. Good old UMG. And from how everybody's talking in our comments, you know what I mean? UMG was the fountain of youth for Drake.
Yes.
So, they could probably make another Drake. So maybe Jello could be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If Kendrick ain't.
Yeah, because we heard that we heard this a lot from a lot of platforms, a lot of podcast guys stating that basically UMG made Drake.
Essentially, like.
And without that machine behind Drake's numbers, his music doesn't do what it does.
Right.
So we sat down there and we said, well, damn, why don't they just do and make another Drake?
Exactly.
Why don't they make 10 more Drakes?
If they
The money you're gonna make money, make 10 more Drake,
exactly.
right? Why have one Drake? I'm gonna have 10, 15 Drakes where I can, if this is what I did for him and this worked and it made him a star,
Right.
do that with Jello.
Facts.
Anyways, man, good luck to Jello. I still think the song sucks, but
I mean, it has a nice ring to it. Like, it's very nostalgic. You feel me? It's very nostalgic. It could go, man. It's bumping. It's getting spins.
it's definitely getting spins.
You know
It
what I
has
mean?
like 13 million spins or something.
It's just-
It's crazy.
Let's just hope the follow up.
That's
Because
the thing.
I'd rather him hoop personally, go overseas, try and see if you can get back into the league. You
It's
know?
not getting back. He was never there.
I mean, yo, man, he was on Detroit.
He was
Pistons,
not.
bro.
It
He
wasn't.
was there.
It wasn't a real roster game. It was
Listen,
like
man,
a G League game.
So go sometimes, bro. He was there though.
Nah,
he was almost there.
He almost there. I don't know about all that,
But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see if there's a follow up track. Good luck.
he might mess around and be a one hit wonder. Listen,
Yeah.
one hit wonders made a lot of money.
They make-
But
especially
ask
in
Vanilla Ice.
Especially in these times.
Yeah, Vanilla
One-
Ice made a lot of
That's all
money.
you need is just one hit.
I wish it was a little bit taller.
Yeah.
I wish it was a baller. Your boy Will Strickland said the song is Wild Buns. Shout out Will Strickland, man. Shout out to my boy Renzo, man. Renzo's the real deal, man. I follow him on TikTok. If you don't know, if you haven't followed him, go follow him. He has amazing content, Renzo, and he has some bars too. Anyways, let's talk about Drake. We're in hip hop. We're talking about Drake. So he dropped the what was it? The petition.
Yeah.
And he actually filed a lawsuit. So everybody jumped out the window and said, well, your boy Drake is a goof. And look what he
Yeah.
did. He lost and he settled out of court. And
Yeah.
and then he comes and files a lawsuit,
Right.
the real lawsuit
Right.
against UMG
And the lawsuit is defamation
for
of
defamation.
right.
You know, with the Not Like Us and how, you know, they okay, so one thing that stood out to me with this whole lawsuit was the fact that they allowed the content creators
Yeah.
to, you know, do reactions to those songs.
Right. They uplifted
without-
that copyright. Right?
Yeah, without being striked.
Right.
Bro, we just posted, anytime we post any song on
we
here,
get, we
it
get
gets-
hit real
we
quick.
get hit with the copyright.
Real quick.
We don't even, we're like, this, they're never gonna find this out.
Right.
And they still strike us.
Right.
So these guys were making reaction videos, getting 9 million, 10 millions of hits.
Facts.
It's a great strategy, to be honest.
Right.
It's a really great strategy for them to be able to uplift that and get the content creators to make some bread
Mm-hmm.
and make the song spread even farther than what it is.
Right.
But one thing was funny that I heard is that in if you reacted to the video negatively,
Right. You're not. Yeah.
they took it
took it down real quick.
They strike that
See,
shit.
the fight's fixed, man.
And then apparently because Drake didn't do it the conventional way, like he didn't put it on SDB streaming platforms yet. He basically like did it on YouTube. It didn't get striked right away. It got so content creators were able to have a little bit of time, and then eventually it got hit. What is your thoughts with this, man? What is your thoughts?
Listen, man. Drake to me right now is like the new 50 Cent, bro. You know what I mean? There was a time when 50 had a good 3 to 4 year run in the early 2000s when having a 2, 3, 4 year run, 5 year run is huge. It's massive. You know what I mean? And then everybody starts saying, you know, 50's not hip hop, or he's the reason that New York rap is dead. All types of ish. The media and people start turning on Fifth, even his own label. You understand? When you know, Game turned on G Unit and came out with the whole G Unit campaign.
Yeah,
And that was under Interscope. You know what I mean? Jimmy Iovine let that slide. You know what I mean? And what if 50 could have went? 50 could have went and sued for defamation of character, whatever the case may be, but he didn't. You know, he came out with SMS audio headphones to challenge Beats by Drake.
He learned how to pivot.
Yeah, I mean, he pivoted well.
Yeah.
You feel me? But at the end of the day, his sales start to struggle. Like after the massacre, you know, Before I Self-Destruct and Curtis, they didn't do the greatest.
No,
so it's just like,
but they were shit albums.
no, they were pretty good albums.
No.
They were pretty
Curtis
good.
was shit.
Curtis had a couple bangers, bro. You know what I mean? But
50 got 2
obviously, if you're
albums.
comparing it to Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre, of course you're gonna say it's shit because those are 2 classics. But anyway,
One classic.
not 2. Massacre was a classic as
Massacre
well.
was decent.
The Massacre was a classic.
That's when he started getting on the singing shit.
No, he
I'll
wasn't-
take you to the candy shop.
Well, that's
when he
not
started-
singing. That's not-
He
that's
was-
not-
he's-
that's not singing.
That's Ja Rule shit.
No,
man.
Ja
Stop
Rule
it.
is hitting notes.
Stop it. Stop
He's
it.
hitting
Stop
notes.
It. That
When
boy
I
was singing.
cry, you
50
cry.
was singing
You
too.
heard that shit with Mary
50
J.
was
Blige.
singing too, bro.
We ain't gonna get into all
50
that. We
was
ain't talking.
singing, but go ahead,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
trying to make a. I'm just trying to make
Go
a
ahead, go ahead,
comparison.
go ahead,
You know
go
what I
ahead.
mean? Like saying, Drake is like the new 50. You know, and the way they try to shun Fifth, I see them trying to shun Drake right now. I mean, every platform, to the comments. You know what I mean? To some of my jungle comrades. Shout out Jungle City. You know what I mean? But some of my jungle comrades out here saying that move was weak. You know what I mean? I personally think it was a business move.
Yeah,
At
I
the
think
end,
it was
at the end of the
business
day,
move,
there's so much money on the line in regards to negotiating that he had no choice but to do it to try and save his bread, or if he's just trying to get out the contract.
I
You know
think
what
it's
I mean?
I think it's hard to speak on it from a fan perspective because most of the fans, like, we don't know what it feels like to lose $200 million,
God damn.
right? Like, so it's hard. We're only thinking from it from, like, hip hop standpoint.
Yeah, you don't do that.
You just don't do that.
Right.
But 50 Cent sued and no one got at 50 Cent. 50 Cent will sue you in a heartbeat.
Right.
If you play with him, he's gonna sue your ass in a heartbeat.
Facts.
No one gets at 50 Cent for suing people. If you owe him money, he's suing you.
Right.
Look at that girl, Olivia. He's suing that. No, not Olivia. The other girl. He's suing her ass. Yo, I want my bread. I don't care.
Facts.
She ain't got it. I don't
Yeah.
care. I need my money. He sued
Right.
in a heartbeat.
Right.
No one gets at 50 Cent. 50 Cent soft. 50 Cent's weak. Jay-Z, they called him a pedophile. This girl came up and said, yo, this guy did this to me and did that to me. She was a young girl. He was old. Nobody said anything about
Right.
Jay-Z fighting, pedophilia, PDF allegations.
Right.
Drake does it, man, you're soft.
Facts.
You should go, just take your L in peace and silent and this
Right.
and that. It's just a bunch of weird stuff, man. And, this is why I didn't mind TikTok getting banned for a second because I'm like, just shut up.
Everybody has an opinion about
Yeah,
it,
just
man.
shut up, bro, for a second. And I don't know, man. My question to you is, what? Because I feel this play, and I think he's going to win. Because if he wasn't going to win this case, then I don't think he puts the lawsuit.
Right.
Everybody didn't understand because everybody fails to read. People don't like to read nowadays. Just read and you'll understand things. They see headlines, they see clickbait headlines, and they run with it and they just
Right.
talk. Just
Right.
read a little bit and you'll understand.
Exactly.
The first thing wasn't a lawsuit either. It was a petition to get the lawsuit moving, right? His team demanded Universal to give me the information on how things moved
Right.
with this whole thing.
Right.
So for him to get, his team probably got the information and they said, boom, I got enough now to sue your ass.
Right.
So I think it's a business move as far as he wants to get out of the label probably, and he probably wants to recoup that money that he lost.
Facts.
He
That's
feels
about
that he feels that this was a play to devalue him to where he had no leverage to be able to get a contract
To
to
renegotiate.
negotiate.
Right.
He feels that's what it was. And who am I to say that you're lying?
Facts.
Who am I to say, whatever? I don't know what it feels like to lose $200 million, and neither do you guys. So I hear people say, well, Drake's not a part of the culture. Why does Drake care about the culture at this point? Y'all didn't want to accept him anyways.
Bottom line.
So why does he care about being a part of the culture or this culture that y'all got going on? And,
Right.
he's not hip hop, he's pop. Even though he's winning all the rap awards and everything
Right.
else. Why does he care about what you guys feel?
They just wanted him to stay quiet and just come out with music. You know what I mean? Like everybody else that, loses a battle, and Drake ain't going down like that, man. I think to me, it's bigger than rap.
It's bigger than rap. I just think the timing, that's the issue. It's just the timing part is what sucks of this whole thing because it just happened after, he did it after the battle was done.
Right.
Do I think that Drake knows, cares about the battle and whatever? I think it's over and done with, but, and people say this is a play for him to not perform, not like us at the Super Bowl. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, that's a NFL problem right there. If they decide to play not like us, you know, NFL, the Shield is all about their branding and marketing and all that good stuff, you know.
Right.
So I don't think they would risk it, but it'll be great for TV. Everybody will be watching.
That's gonna be very interesting because now it's more anticipation now
Right.
that he now that this whole defamation suit. Okay, and my last question about this is, what do you see, like, what do you think will happen from this stuff? Like, what do you think Drake's end goal? Cause I'm not sure what his end goal is. I don't know if he wants to get out of the label. I don't know if it's about the money. Cause you know he had some stuff where he said, "Yo, I had to pull my son out of school." Someone tried to dig into his house and got in.
Right.
And he's saying, like, you know, the battle and him, you know, saying what he's saying was what caused all of this.
Right.
So, like, when you got to start relocating your kids and moving them, that's an issue.
It is.
That's an issue.
It's deeper than rap now.
Because the kids ain't got nothing to do with this.
Not a damn thing.
So what do you think his end goal is of all this, and what do you think is going to actually happen?
I think Drake is he's an entity within himself. So if he can get out, you know, this contract, get off of UMG, you know, I think, you know, and go independent. I think maybe that could be a great end goal. You know, that's if he wants to continue to make music. And I know he probably has a fully loaded clip. You know what I mean? Young Thug is home. You never know. There could be even though Playboy, what's his name?
Baby?
Who's
The Baby?
who's the Metro Boomin is producing that album, I believe.
Oh,
The Young Thug
Thug's
joint.
album?
Yeah. So I don't know if that's gonna ever happen, but
Drake ain't jumping on that. He ain't jumping on no Metro Boomin
right.
stuff.
So
Absolutely not.
there's just so many. He's just too creative, man. Like music is part of his life. We've seen that for the last 10, 15 years. So, you know,
Is it time for him to pivot into something else, or do you still see? Can he recover from all of this?
he's been pivoting, bro.
Because
Like,
clearly, it's not. People are still listening to his music.
Right.
Clearly,
right.
but people are the fans, and maybe these are just bots.
They're questioning.
They're questioning him, and they're looking at him a little different. Do you think he can still move on with his career and come back from this?
I think so. Like, you know, Tekashi, Gunna still came out with bangers after all that smudge, you know, defamation of character on their side.
But this
You
is
know
what,
what I mean?
this is what I mean about this whole so-called culture, right? This is why I think it's stupid and it's bullshit and it's pick and choose, because you got Gunna and then you got you know, Tekashi. Y'all let those guys back in no problem.
And they came out with bangers.
And they came out with bangers and everybody swept everything under the rug.
Right.
So it's like, is that what the culture's feeling? Like, what is the culture? What is the culture feeling? So I don't know. I think Drake does have a lot of left in him, but you know, after a while, it's like you had the game in a chokehold for 15 years, my guy.
Yeah, man.
Can't have it forever.
Can't have it forever though. Real
You
talk.
know, you had it for 15 years. No one else has ever done it like this before.
Right.
So sometimes you just gotta be able to pivot, man. Maybe he should pivot to the new Will Smith. He ain't gotta go to acting class. He already done that before.
Right.
Go into acting. If you still want to be in the limelight, go and do acting. Go do movies.
Right.
You ain't gotta go to acting school. This was your first thing before.
Or create movies and shows.
Be
like, you know
be
what I
like
mean?
50 and do, you know, produce.
Right.
You know,
see what I'm saying? Like the correlation.
You gotta know.
There's a
you
lot
gotta
of
know-
parallels with
I'm
those
just saying
two.
you gotta know when to pivot, because sometimes when you overstay, you know, it ruins your career. It'll ruin your career when you overstay.
Right.
I think Jordan bowed out at the perfect time. I wish he would have never came for those Washington Wizards years,
Yeah.
but he ended off
that
perfectly.
was a business move though. Still
Yes,
did his
the
damn
business
thing.
move, you know? Like LeBron, you're overstaying.
Mhm.
It's looking ugly now.
Yeah.
Cool, you broke this record, you broke that, but you ain't winning shit.
Right.
So it's like you're overstaying now.
Right.
Get out the way. You know?
man, and
So-
let Pippen continue to do his thing.
Man, fuck Pippen. Anyways.
Shout out Pippen,
That
man.
nigga's still
Scotty.
drinking bourbon doing
Damn.
interviews. That goofball. Anyways, man. Again, talk to us, man. Talk to us. Let us know your thoughts on this Drake defamation lawsuit. Let us know what you guys feel. Is this a weak move by Drake? Is this a business move by Drake? What is you guys' thoughts? We want to hear from you guys, man. We know you guys are gonna be jumping in, talking crazy, but it is what it is, man. Talk to us in the comments. Let us know.
We battle tested, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Anyways, we gotta talk. We gotta do song of the week.
Yeah.
Song of the week. We gotta get this guy on the show, man. We gotta get him on the show. 100 Watts. 100 Watts wrap up 24 Toronto edition. Song of the week. The song I listen to almost every day. Let's get it, man.
You need to mind your business. What the fuck are you, a rapper? Would you like to be taken advantage of like that? Mr. 100 Watts.
I'm bad motherfuckers. Chill. Yeah. A lot of polys in my city, the youngest going to war. But we gon' wrap it up the whole 2024. Started with my ex-chick, you know K. Salvatore. Talking shit, but she loved me, she was squirting on the floor. 100 Watts in this BM, I'm talking about Killer T. I heard she lost a chain, it got took, it wasn't me. Them feds listening, and you know them bitches be telling. Whoever took that shit on the market probably selling. The crook got locked on $1 million heist. Against all odds, free the niggas rolling dice. Moolah first got stabbed, niggas ran up in the house with a nigga baby mother. He had cameras in the house. He was sleeping on the covers. Thought Shorty was his lover. Ran outside, he collapsed and he was begging for his mother. Heard he in the hospital talking to undercovers. He ain't even from the towns. That boy softer than some butter. Haji Bastro didn't get hit up in the car. It was rumors, but them packs in the towns got a scar. Big Slime got 8 years. Free that nigga out the pen. Came money came out, that nigga was trending. But then Top 5 leaked his jail paperwork. He even called my name to the COs, you little twerp. Casper's little brother and a faggot as his dad. The way it came, money went quiet.
Song of the week. Oh my God. 100 Watts. 2024 wrap up. Toronto edition. What is your thoughts? Song of the week.
If controversy had a face. Yo, look at 100 Watts right now.
100 Watts.
Oh my goodness, man. Like, I'm glad you paused it when it got to Casper's part. You know what I mean? Because Casper and K Money, they make great music.
They do.
But he was
They
getting,
all make great music.
He was getting
man.
very disrespectful with those
Yeah.
guys over there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
been going back and forth, you know, in the underground world of
Yes.
the six. But it kind of shows that there's a lot of drama and there's a lot happening in the six.
Yeah.
On the music scene and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of our rappers, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff that they're rapping, they're actually living.
They're actually
And
living.
they're actually paying the consequence for it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But definitely, man. 100 Watts, he's been doing this. He's a veteran in the game. B.
Yeah.
He's been doing this shit for a while.
Oh yeah.
And when he's engaged, he can rap, bro.
Oh yeah.
When he's locked in,
Yeah.
you don't wanna start a verbal, lyrical war with that man right there.
Yeah.
He'll spank you.
No.
Control out delete.
Yeah. It's a great song, man. It's super controversial, man.
Yeah.
And it's he put it together so nice, man.
Yeah.
I gotta give him credit for
Remember,
it.
he got
man.
switch beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a lot in that track that was just like, yeah,
Oh,
he's
man.
pissed right now.
Yeah,
yo.
yeah. He's in his bag.
He's
man.
pissed right now.
He's in
Leave
his
that
bag.
man alone.
Yeah,
Leave
yeah.
that man alone.
Anyways, man, what is you guys' thoughts on 100 Watts, 100 wrap up, man? 2024 wrap up. Talk to us in the comments, man. 100 Watts, 2024 wrap up, Toronto edition. Guys, remember to send your music.
Yes.
Send your music, the website. The email is right here. Email is right here.
There you go.
hiphopandhoops1@gmail.com. hiphopandhoops1@gmail.com. The music right here. Send it. We'll feature it right here on Song of the Week. This week, 100 Watts, 2024 wrap up, Toronto edition. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Anything else?
Nah, man. I'm just, like I said, I want to shout out Grady Dick and Kelly Olynyk. You know what I mean? For blessing the Jada Finch community with their presence and you know what I mean. Their positive words to some of our youth. You know, on the hardwood playing ball and Grady Dick all even showed my young boy Dejan that you're pretty good. You know what I mean? Well, just the little stuff that Dejan was showing him. You know what I mean? So
That's amazing.
that put a battery in his back.
Yeah,
you know,
that'll go a long way for the young boy.
You know what I mean? So shout out to them for that. And just to piggyback off what's going on in the 6th real quick with all these young boys going missing. You know what I'm saying? So just talk to your kids, bro. Talk to your kids. You know, some of these crash out missions that you guys are going on, you know, it really don't make no sense because I think the risk is way bigger than the reward, you know, and some of the youth are getting away without the money, but, you know, kind of not getting arrested, but it's not worth it. You know what I mean? My prayers go out to all the youngins that are still missing. Hopefully you guys find your way home. Hopefully you guys are safe. And to those that got home and that are home, you know what I mean? Let's start thinking. Let's start trying to put these guys in better situations. You know what I mean? As caring adults, we have resources or we know of resources that could help these young people. Let's let them know about them. You know what I mean? Just to keep them busy. 'Cause right now, these kids are just battling idle time, man. And when you give kids in the 6, you know what I mean, idle time,
It's over.
a lot of shit could happen. You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? So let's just do our best as a collective to interrupt idle time and keep our kids busy.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And continue to support us, man. Follow us on all social media platforms. Hit that subscribe button. And you know what it is, man. Title League, love is love. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Distant cousins.
Let's get it.
And we out.
Let's go.
Ah.